And we're live. We are live. We are back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back, fellow gamers. Welcome back, fellow rumblers. And of course, welcome back to my live stream. And I forgot to play my background music. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Well, the latest from what I've seen in the gaming space, at least from a few content creators, is that woke game developers are doubling down. Imagine that. Instead of learning from games that failed because they tried to use it as a platform, a vehicle to spread their doctrine. Unfortunately, they did not. They did not learn anything. It's kind of sad. And now, according to some, I've seen a few videos or even in Twitter, is that they are doubling down on it. Well, good for them. There is nothing wrong with that. If they want to double down on what they're doing, they absolutely can. And of course, you and the rest of the gaming audience, what you can do is you can also double down. You can also double down in not buying their games. It always work. It always work both ways. They can double down. The consumer, the gamers can also double down. They can double down by making more and even more woke games for the modern audience, and the gamers, the consumers, can double down on not buying whatever crap they are making. It works both ways. The funny thing is, the funny thing is, they even announced it or maybe tweeted about it that they're doubling down. Insane, right? It is insane. Why would you why would you announce something like that? You know it's unpopular to your consumers, yet yet you still announced it like you are very proud of it. I guess they are. They wouldn't announce it if they were not proud of what they're going to do going forward. Okay, we're back here. Again, the thumbnails are still large. Maybe YouTube thinks that I like large thumbnails. I guess in a way, I can appreciate it because I can see the thumbnails better. But come on, this is too large. They should go back to 4 in a row or even 3 in a row. But I prefer 4 in a row. I'm not sure if there is a setting somewhere because I definitely not changed any settings to get this very large thumbnails. Okay, let's start with this one. Dragon Age, the Veilguard is cooked. This is from Asmongold TV. Asmongold. So why do you think Why do you think the Veilguard is cooked? Tell me, Asmongold.
Insider told me that refunds are skyrocketing for Dragon Age Veilguard, and the whole Trump thing has caused BioWare devs to lose their collective minds. Legacy Gaming Media, who assured us all Dragon Age Veilguard was a total success, the game didn't just underperform, it cratered. Hardly 75,000 in pre-orders, less than 500,000 copies sold, and 30,000 refunds. Man, it's not looking good, huh? That's pretty bad. Yeah, it is. I can't believe Anthem sold better. There are tons of...
Are those numbers accurate?
At its peak,
We need
had a Steam rating of
receipts.
and for days now, it's been steadily declining back down to around.
We need receipts. Anyone can just claim and put out numbers.
Is that this was 1 day ago, and it's already gone down by another 20,000?
I'm not saying those numbers are real or those numbers are fake. What I'm saying is there should be sources, actual sources that anyone can verify if they want to verify.
Did I do that?
Decided to play Dragon Age Veilguard over on that subreddit, to which he was extremely swiftly banned from the entire thing. Apparently, moderators even went on to set some auto-mod function up that instantly banned...
was banned, LOL.
Anyone subscribed to Asmon's subreddit too.
That's right.
Then I saw some reports from a few other subreddits that this was also occurring.
That's also known as racism. So yeah, it's a racist subreddit, and Reddit is racist against me and other gamers. Other based gamers, they're racist against us.
There, where similarly anyone
Wow.
subreddits
Is Asmongold admitting that he is a base and not a leftist?
Checked my account and saw that I was following Asmongold. So this is what happened. Any person who has ever made a post or done any level of
I
interaction...
think Asmongold is more moderate because he has leftist beliefs, and he also has
on Reddit.
based beliefs.
That's the bad...
I wouldn't call it right-wing beliefs, but he has conservative
1,000 members in it now.
beliefs as well.
You're right. I said that
So what I'm saying is he has a little bit of common sense.
my subreddit had an inferior...
So I wouldn't really categorize him as a leftist, but maybe more moderate or at the center, something at the center.
Have a little bit of fun. What can I say?
I would say.
Dragon Age really didn't
I could be wrong. I'm always wrong, so I could be wrong. Maybe he is actually a leftist, disguising himself as base so he could have more
for the game. As mentioned,
people watching him.
it looks like people are starting to change.
Diabolical.
Trying to keep it just an echo chamber.
Is he diabolical? Who knows? No one knows.
Game's not as
I
good
guess he
as
knows.
they say it is. It's like the
It's
facade.
crazy that Jason Schreier deleted his post talking about the game doing well. That is unbelievable. And do you want to know why? I bet he deleted his
I keep hearing that name, Jason Schreier or something like that.
inside information from BioWare or from somebody who he trusts that knows.
I have never read, as far as I can remember. Never read. I'm not even familiar with the name, but I recently, because of Dragon Age, the Veilguard, I've been hearing that name
being dropped. Perhaps what's going on is
a lot, by the way.
regardless.
And I've seen the name mentioned in X as well.
Reboot, devoid of life.
Soft reboot.
So obviously avoided spoilers in the intro to this post, but I'll delve into some in-game spoilers later. This game doesn't feel like a Dragon Age game. It feels like a spin-off made by writers who didn't read the material beforehand or who hate this game. Let it be known
That's true.
the entire game's not bad. Solus has some good moments, but overall their writing and story are a dumpster fire. A good example is Morgan. Morgan
Anytime that I see a character that was previously sexualized in a story that is made less sexualized, or the character is less less attractive, I automatically assume that the entire game is bad. And I know this might sound like, wow, you insane idiot, why would you do that? But if you think about it the way that I think about it, ask yourself the question, why would you do that? Why would you take a character that is very attractive and that players clearly like, and then make it worse? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because, number one, you don't respect the source material, and number two, you want to use the source material as a vehicle for your worldview. And I think that people that do those two things oftentimes aren't going to tell good stories.
Also, maybe they hate gamers.
They
They hate their gamers. That's why they did it. They took a good-looking character and made it unattractive to spite
characters,
their audience, their consumers. Good idea. Very good idea. I'm not saying they shouldn't do that. They have all the right to do anything they want. But then again, at the end of the day, the power is in your hands. I sound like a commercial.
Somewhat caring individual once she got to know you.
You've got the power.
Be kinder as time goes on. And if she had Kieran, a popular choice with the warden usually, she ends up being a far more caring figure. In Inquisition, where we see her next, even without Kieran, she's grown slightly warmer, if only because of her affection for the hero of Faldrin, and her friends like Leliana. And yet Veilguard feels like it's butchered that in a way. You see her in-game as a deus ex machina. She appears when the plot demands it, drops off lore and tidbits, and leaves. You can have no interactions with her outside of cutscenes, and can't prod her or get to know her as the Inquisitor did. Did she have Kieran and marry the Warden? It's implied that she at least had Kieran because Solus takes a massive portion of power from Mythal, and she's at her strongest with that plot point, but the game makes no effort to actually speak about this, and the Warden, who is teased to be hunting a Kieran Inquisition, is not mentioned. Did he live, die, cured?
This is what I was saying before, is that people that have no respect for the source material have no respect for the source material. And that doesn't just end with making a character more woke.
People who don't have respect for the source material also don't have respect for their audience,
So much of
consumers,
for those playing their games.
sit around doing nothing.
That's the thing. Is like everybody always gets mad at me. They say, "Oh, he's just saying what's obvious." I know. I fucking know. I'm not a wizard. How the fuck are people like, "Oh, wow. Why do I need to say this? It should be fucking obvious." But it's not. Nobody sees it. I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills. I go on the internet, I read these comments. These people aren't even living in reality. What the fuck is going on? I don't know.
And the NPCs we know from previous
Asmongold with his crazy eye.
or so
scary.
It makes no sense. Even Morgan, who was in character, wasn't given a chance to finish her plot thread. Kieran basically doesn't exist, and the game treats all of the prequels to this as if they're taboo topics. I feel like even if this game's writing and story were better, which I don't think it does, it wouldn't get close to what the previous games had because the world feels devoid of all life and care once put into it. And the ending really helped cement the idea that they did this to distance themselves as much as they could from the Dragon Age Keep, and the Sea of Choice is transferred over. From just 9 hours ago,
man.
another top post reads, "Am I the only one who can't stand Tosh? I need a..."
Uh-oh. It looks like we've got a bigot. Yeah. We've got a fucking bigot in here. Oh, wow. That's real bad. Do you think BioWare will be closed before the next Mass Effect? No. I think usually you need 2 points on a graph in order for a studio like this to fail, especially if it's a big studio like this, like BioWare. So they'll probably need Mass Effect 5 to fail too, and then they'll be done. Anthem? Well, who made Anthem? Oh, Oh. Uh-oh.
Remember, guys, the future of BioWare is in your hands.
Oh, shit.
The power is in your hands.
Man.
If the next game is still made for the woke or the LGBTQ plus gamers,
Wow, I didn't know that.
a place to vent
you can vote with your money.
between them and Emmerich, and
And you do that by either buying the game or not. Unless, of course, as I've said, there's nothing wrong in making games for the LGBTQ plus gamers. They just need to scale the cost down drastically. Instead of spending hundreds of millions, they need to bring it down to maybe tens of millions.
You have to write characters that are of like a unique gender identity. Is you have to treat them like they're children that are never wrong about anything. Because you can't have a non-binary person with flaws, because if you have that...
Also, when marketing the game, they should properly communicate and inform their customers that this game or the game is made for a specific niche.
And made sure Tosh was protected.
In that way, they could avoid backlash. There will be complaints, but at least it's not gonna be extreme. It's not gonna be severe.
Characters that are put in,
and they might make some money from it.
Are oftentimes the most like morally good, intelligent, and always come out of every interaction being the one that's on top. This is extremely common.
Just that the devs have tried to push Tosh as this like flagship character of the game, but the character just sucks. And I'll never get over how creepy this thumbnail is. Like,
It's
what were
so
they
bad.
thinking? Heck, even their storyline is so far the most boring. Like, we went to explore Dragoness, where I thought we would finally get to see their dragon hunting skills in action, and nothing. It was another therapy session. I'm sorry, I know some people might enjoy those scenes or relate to them, but I can't bring myself to care about their storyline at all. At this point, I don't even care that they're hunting a dragon or whatever. Darvin and I already took down an Archdemon anyway, and if I need dragon hunting tips, I can always ask the Inquisitor. Sucks that all companions are essential. I would have sent Tosh packing ages ago. Wonder if that's why the writers made them essential. Dang, so yeah, that post absolutely destroyed Tosh. Get wrecked.
Yeah.
That's why we recruited her.
Actually, Tosh uses them for themselves now.
They asked us to let folks know. So, now you do.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
How is it that...
Thank you for telling me. That's why we recruited them.
So yeah, I think we've all seen...
How is it that I just keep seeing more clips of this game that are like this? I feel like, because I'm the kind of person, like, if I see one clip getting passed around, I'm like, okay, everybody's just talking shit about this one thing that happened, because it's like, what else are we going to do? But, like, man, I just keep seeing more and more of these. There's more?
The reason why you're seeing more and more, because there are more.
I don't even
Come
know.
on, Asmongold.
Yeah, I can't believe this.
That is the reason why you're seeing more and more, because there are more.
in as many of these things as they possibly can. The comments are hilarious. This game is so cringe, it's ridiculous. Is this real? This gotta be a joke. DEI simulator. That's why I play Space Marine. That's why. Hopping back over to the Dragon Age subreddit and the post about Tosh that we just read. One of the top responses says, yeah, kinda ironic how a non-binary character that has a whole arc about her pronouns is forcing a label on Emmerich and refusing to call him what he identifies as, even after telling Tosh it upsets him.
What an insanely fucking good point. Oh my god. Wow. Holy shit. She does what? So this guy like is referring to like himself as like a necromancer or whatever, what you are, and she's like insisting that like she's going to call him another word or another phrase that sounds bad. Play the clip? I don't know. I'd have to find it. That's the irony. Yeah, exactly. Like calling normal people cis? Was that the point? Yeah, it's completely hypocritical.
And when he's called Death Mage / Corpse Guy instead of his name. Tosh's response is, what? You are a Death Mage. Can no one in the writer's room see the irony here? Once again, I'm reminded of multiple occasions where these weirdo Twitter activist types of people were getting all mad about femboy characters. A few months ago, there was like this femboy anime that came out, and they kept misgendering him as a woman, saying it's a trans woman. Some of the people misgendering this character.
Oh my god. This kind of stuff, I know it might sound crazy, but this kind of stuff is the reason why people vote for people like Trump. It's because it's so fucking ridiculous. It's so outrageous that it just makes people.
My guess is Asmongold voted for Harris.
Democrats have done such.
He looks like a Harris voter.
Removing these like weird gender activists from their space. I think that it's done so much damage.
He may
Honesty is a big factor. Yeah.
he may come off like he likes Trump or
You think
he voted for Trump, but I don't know. I feel like deep inside he voted for Harris.
there was the situation with that
He is a Harris. He is a white dude for Harris.
character into a trans woman? The rights holders
This is the
I
problem.
have no proof.
Don't
It's
understand.
just
Like I even made a
it's just
for this because it was
what I feel.
Let me see if I can I find
Just looking at him.
yeah, here we go. And so
I know I'm not being objective,
can go ahead and you know there's a lot of young
but it's fun to think
as
like that.
about how this chart works, but we do actually have the chart between both
I'm pretty sure he is a white dude for Harris.
binary traps, futanari, tomboys and girls. Yeah, it's very, very simple. And
It's diabolical.
is a loser already knows all this.
getting so upset they forced it
Make
to
asylums great again.
Remember, guys.
True.
Remember, guys. Leftists and right-wing people
getting so upset they forced it
will still give you views. So it's best to accommodate both. So if you have the skills to accommodate both, then
Oh my god.
that is a win for you.
This is insane.
But you had some localizers defending the mistranslation, including that Katrina lady. Anyways, continuing with comments on
I
the
don't
Tosh
even know what
post,
that
this
is.
one reads, very juvenile type character. Supposed to be early 20s, but they act like 14 years old. Really weird that you can romance someone with that sort of personality. It's like romancing a child. Blah. Tosh is so
That's a really weird way of saying it, and I think they're completely right. I never thought of it in that perspective, but yeah, true.
someone's self-insert or wish
weird.
fulfillment character that's designed to exist so they
Yeah.
can teach everyone how to treat non-binary folk, except they made them super unlikable and creepy.
Absolutely.
The character is a jerk unnecessarily to innocent
Yeah.
people. They're hypocrites who don't respect
It's like the Ironheart character. I saw this teaser for Ironheart,
you can't call them out.
and the character, the young lady, was
Absolutely fucking
very unlikable.
in the story.
How
Like a
how
for you to like ignore
how do they think
and you can make
the audience will
where it's like no
accept
your pronoun
the new Iron Man
her, I don't
when
but like you know they
she's very unlikable?
right? And like I think when you have situations like that happen, it becomes very evident that you're not playing an RPG. You're playing a tool that
And then they would complain
teaches you a lesson.
that no one watched the movie, and
And it should say like Tosh did not like that.
because of that it failed. Well, the main character is unlikable.
It starts like a hidden quest where you have to
The main character is like me, unlikable.
kill you or something.
No one will go out of their way to watch an unlikable character.
Be cinema. And that'd be worth it, you know? Because like you can go along with it or not. It's not the fact that it's in the game, it's the fact that it's in the game and there's no freedom to approach it. That'd be good. Yeah, you're saying yeah. And then oh yeah, right. If you do the duel with her and you beat her in the duel, you get banned for a hate crime. And they make it so you can't log into the game anymore. Now that would be, it's like, you know, somebody said in like Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you fly the plane into the Twin Towers, they ban you. I don't know if that's true. I kind of wanted to try it, but like, I never really, I never really felt the time. And I think like Frogan was going to do something like that, but we'll have to wait for our ban to be out and then, you know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, yes, abso-fucking-lutely, people love that shit. And the reason why is because it's fucking funny. It's funny and it allows the person freedom to approach it in a way that's interesting. It absolutely does not ban you. Didn't you say that you wanted to become a terrorist when you were a kid? It was a lot more complicated than that, okay? That was not exactly what I said. Let me explain. Now, anyway, let me move on. Yeah, let's move on. There's a lot of context to that. It's actually a problem in RPGs.
Whoa! So, at one point in time, Asmongold wanted to become a terrorist.
One
Amazing.
that really did that.
Amazing.
well.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget about it tomorrow.
You
That's just how my brain works. I tend to forget things.
and yes, okay, all right. Yes, where is it? Baldur's Gate 3. Again, guys, in order for me to play Baldur's Gate 3, I have to beat every single other turn-based game that's been made. After I do that, then I will play Baldur's Gate 3. So yes, 5 hours played. Well, yeah, in 2020, I played the game for a stream. There's even a VOD of it on YouTube. But yeah, there's no, you can't be evil. Are you doing with metaphor? No, I'm not.
It's all acceptance or pivoting. I firmly believe that if it were possible to not recruit companions, get rid of them, kill them beforehand, early on, etc., etc., Tosh would be one of the most disposed of companions in the game, if not the absolute most removed from all the
Exactly.
pushback fans have been given.
And do you remember what happened? You want to hear a really great example of that? So I got sponsored by Dragon's Dogma 2, and they had me make a pawn of myself. And when the game came out, one of the most popular tweets of the game were people picking up my pawn and throwing it into the brine and killing it, and figuring out different ways to kill my pawn. He was so bad. Wait, no, he wasn't. Get the fuck out of here. No, it was good. What do you mean? I use your pawn? Yes. And so, of course, that's what people did. The brine hungers. I guess so.
How they were handled. Every time I type their name, my autocorrect almost changes it to trash. And while I would never call them that, the way the character behaves and is handled certainly lives up to
I would.
that autocorrection. That's on the writers and whoever decided this character was a good idea. I mean, look, if the character's trash...
Autocorrects to trash. Let me see if
Well, it makes sense if it autocorrects to trash, because trash, they're kind of close, and trash is an actual word that is in the dictionary of the phone. See, even Asmongold is trying it, and he's laughing. So my guess is it's true. I like the size of his phone; it's big. I like phones with big screens because I tend not to see.
And then you guys can see it.
I tend not to see the whatever it is on screen because of the small screen.
And we did it. Is it trash? It's better than that.
There you go. He took a screenshot and shared it.
Emoji. It even added in the fucking emoji for the trash can. Man. Wow.
So Tash autocorrects to trash. Confirmed.
And the character's trash. Nothing wrong with calling him trash. It's a trash character. It's junk. It's terrible. It's garbage. Moving on, we have another top post.
Somebody says Trump's doing a speech. When is it starting? When does the speech start? Does anybody know? Okay, nobody knows. Right. At 6? Okay, yeah, I'll watch it.
It's a trash character. It's junk. It's terrible. It's garbage. Moving on, we have another top post. This one from 19 hours ago. A significant percentage of the dialogue in this game is one of these 3 lines. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Every day.
I'm sorry for what you're going through. I understand you. Like, yeah, most of the dialogue is therapy.
In conversation, at least one comes up. People in northern Thetis are very polite. While the echo chamber is starting to crack over on our Dragon Age, 3 days ago that wasn't quite the case. This post being made instead over on our RPG game, saying, I played Dragon Age Veilguard. Goodness grief, man. I've been an avid RPG for probably... You've been an RPG? Probably RPG fan. That sounds funny, though.
Well, he is playing
I've been
a
an
role.
avid RPG for probably centuries now.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Hold up. That doesn't make any sense even as fans.
Just let him cook. Let him
This
cook.
guy's freaking some like centuries old person.
He's a
I don't
vampire.
even know, but okay, continuing. Played the Mass Effect trilogy, Dragon Age Origins to Inquisition, Witcher 1 through 3, Wasteland 3, Persona 5 Royal, etc., etc. Somehow I never felt disinterested the longer I kept playing an RPG before. The more I play this game, the more draining it gets. It gets tiring. I'm probably 20 hours into this game now. Yeah, dude, this game freaking hurt this person's mind. Like, their brain is suffering, and we can already tell. I feel
I
bad.
didn't think it was this bad, but I know what this person's talking about. So, when I played Star Wars Outlaws, it felt like I speed ran having a 30-year career at an Amazon fulfillment warehouse. Like, I finished that, and I finished the stream, and I just sat out in my backyard on, like, a lawn chair, and I just, like, I kind of, like, hoped that I would turn into a lizard. You know, and just, like, forget about everything that happened in my life.
For this person, too much Veilguard. Man thinks he's like 300 years old or something. I don't know if it's the vision or the art direction of this game. The essence of what makes Dragon Age doesn't exist here. Like, it's wearing the skin of Dragon Age, or it should be some other fantasy game. The writing in this is just mediocre. Like, I'm supposed to be invested in my party members' questline, but I find them to not be compelling. They're just talking, and dialogue feels like they're conveying information to you rather than it being organic and natural. The writing is not mature enough to even tackle certain topics and themes.
That's a really great point. The writing is not mature enough for it even to tackle certain topics and themes. I saw that this was actually, it's really funny that that comes up. So if you guys can believe this, I actually made a tweet yesterday. And so somebody asked me, PC Gamer. PC Gamer stands actually for, wait, no, not this one. It stands for Politically Correct Gamer. And so they said Metaphor ReFantasio's success is further proof that politics are good in video games, actually, no matter what reactionaries tell you. And I replied to it and I said, no real people have a problem with politics in games. Metal Gear Solid and Metaphor prove this. The thing people have a problem with is political ideology and social ideology being inserted into a game in a heavy-handed, one-dimensional, and patronizing way. And so obviously a lot of people agreed with that. Somebody asked, the only politics I see in video games are people getting upset when there's black or gay people as characters or women aren't hot enough. I said there's only two races in video games. There's white and then there's woke. But otherwise, yeah, nobody has a problem with political video games. Clearly, nobody has a problem with it. Everybody knows that. But the problem is that it's written like a child has written it. That's exactly what's going on.
You feel the writing is
You have a problem
leagues
with that,
apart
right?
when you compare
Yeah,
this
exactly.
to DA Origins or Witcher 3 or Baldur's Gate 3. Examples such
Or
as
any
these games
other
had
good game.
passion all over its
Yeah.
writing quality and doesn't treat the audience's intelligence like a child. The combat's just basic and that's about it. It's flashy prime and detonation
Mm-hmm.
combo. The builds can be varied, but there isn't any tactical RPG aspect or lacking thereof to the combat.
No, it's
I'm
easy.
just rushing through the main story. Afterwards, I go back to Metaphor ReFantasio, which is a great JRPG that came out recently. Maybe I revisit Veilguard some
Yeah,
other
after I beat Metaphor, I think I'm going to play maybe Persona 3. And I might also play, I haven't decided, but I might also play, what's the other game? I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh yeah, that Unicorn Overlord game. It was going to be like another 5 first. Yeah, I might try that. I don't really know. But I was thinking about playing that one. Or, oh, there's the other one, Sea of Stars. I didn't play that.
time or just play the previous Dragon Age titles. It's best to probably not expect the good old BioWare glory days of clever, intriguing writing. Maybe I shouldn't. Back then, game developers cared about giving us a good story.
It's because the people that are writing it are not clever or intriguing. They're boring NPCs that have no interesting personality traits other than their gender identity. And maybe their political affiliations and actually probably their mental disorders.
love, care, passion, and integrity, and not forcing agendas. Well, it's not the 2000 era anymore. So this guy got over 800 upvotes and this like 2 heart award thingies. Top response saying, my
Also
biggest
800
issue with
comments.
Veilguard is that we waited about 10 years for the next Dragon Age game, and this is what they have to show for it. No player world states, dumbed down RPG elements, dumbed down story, idiotic design choices, etc. If it wasn't specifically Dragon Age or not marketed as a literal follow-up to Inquisition, people would probably be more forgiving. But from a developer previously known for great works only, is just disappointing. Really disheartening to see my former favorite series slowly wither away.
As a WoW player, I wonder how that feels.
So yeah, as you can see, things are just getting worse and worse for Veilguard, even on the main Dragon Age subreddit. As mentioned at the very start, the Steam reviews are also trending down. But let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments. Also consider liking and or subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed my coverage. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.
I think this is what's going to happen more and more, is that, and also like what's going to happen with a game like Dragon Age now that it's failed. I think that what's going to end up happening is that people like watch this.
If that's why the writers made them essential. Dang, so yeah, that post absolutely destroyed Tosh. Get wrecked.
That's why we recruited her.
Actually, Tosh uses them for themselves now.
They asked us to let folks know, so now you do.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Thank you for telling me. That's why we recruited them.
So yeah, I think we've all seen the
It would be crazy if one character in one game killed BioWare. It would really be nuts. How is it worse every time? Because I paused it and I told a joke in the middle, so you forgot how cringe it was. That's the reason why. Who the fuck signed off on that? Someone who was afraid to get labeled a bigot for not signing off on it, obviously. That it creates a feedback loop of toxic positivity because nobody wants to call this stuff out for what it is because they're afraid of being labeled as a bad person. This makes pronouns people look worse. Oh, it absolutely does. Like I think that I'm the same as a lot of you guys, where it's like I try to be compassionate and positive towards people. So like if they have a gender problem, a gender identity problem, I try to work with them, and I don't want to like insult them or like degrade them or anything like that. And so that's what I think is really so negative about this, is that it provides such a one-dimensional and cynical viewpoint on people that have these gender identity problems, is that it treats them like they are aggressive children, and the way they should be treated is with kid gloves, because if you accidentally say something that offends them, they could get upset and get really mad at you. It's patronizing to everyone. Yeah, exactly. Being indifferent to them is now a bad thing, and these people hate you. Yeah, the pronoun thing is even more hilarious. You see the game is another language, and a neutral pronoun doesn't exist, so they just make stuff up. Well, yeah, I wonder why that is. I wonder why so many languages don't even have a word for that. Yeah, what a surprise. It's crazy how people just like, it's nuts. It's like real life. Yeah, exactly. Work in psychiatry and they do respond that way. Yeah, they made Tash act like a teenager. Well, that's because you have to understand that a lot of people that have these issues, they have that viewpoint. That's how they are.
Honestly, you can easily avoid using pronouns by just referring them with their name.
Yeah, you require juvenile.
It will sound weird, but
I completely agree with this. I think
it's better than misgendering anyone, especially in areas or locations on the planet where misgendering is a crime.
It's disappointing.
You can also either weaponize it
In an RPG,
or you can just not use pronoun.
and
For example, if you're talking with Asmongold,
RPG.
you can just keep referring to him or Asmongold as Asmongold. For example, in this channel, you can just refer to Asmongold as Asmongold. So I did not use the pronoun
That
to refer to him.
as, you know,
Again, it will sound weird,
like a man who served him and
but
World War One, and then this is their idea of a self-insert, which is this.
That is, I guess, one way of
Everybody completely hypocritical,
avoiding misgendering anybody.
likable, because that's definitely how to make other people accept your gender identity, is to be obnoxious and rude and make no one.
I'm pretty sure no one is gonna complain if you refer to them with, or you refer to them using their actual names. Okay, so this one we have here, Kenny Omega, the best bout machine. I have no idea what that means, but that's what Kenny Omega is calling Kenny Omega. It's hard when you don't use pronouns, right? Because I don't want to misgender Kenny Omega. For those who don't know, Kenny Omega is woke. I like Kenny Omega, but it doesn't change the fact that Kenny Omega is woke. So you must be very careful when you are referring to Kenny Omega. I'm not quite sure what Kenny Omega's pronouns are. See, it's so weird if you can't use pronouns in the context of language and not identity politics. Okay, so this is interesting. I'm done with Twitch. Let's see here. Let's go check this out. Why?
And so, yeah, if it doesn't get shut down, I will make sure that everybody hears about it. Did you see someone offered 100K to jump Destiny? No. Twitch Streamers Central Committee does not like Destiny.
They're not even running. Well, we brought the
It's
white.
called shock, you fucking idiot. It's called shock. Anything that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn $100,000, let me know.
Yeah, I think that should just be a perma. I mean, at least a 2-week or 30.
That is so insane. That is an actual death threat.
The very same person
That is an actual hate speech.
outright called for Asmongold's ban. And guess what? That clip wasn't
Calling for violence or incitement of violence, death threats,
TwitchCon, and we'll see what happens.
is
This is
actual hate speech.
regularly featured on
Calling someone fat is not.
the platform. And remember those tweets?
And this guy is just spewing that on his channel. How is that guy even popular? How is that guy getting viewers? I'm so envious. I'm so envious of that guy. The same with this guy.
And
Look at that. He's even using the actual words.
Did they ban him?
My goodness. Look at that. They're even so proud of it.
No. That's crazy. If
Come on. What am I doing wrong? Why are actual hateful people getting a lot of viewers
Asmon. And of course,
and becoming popular?
and remember this clip from 6 months
It is so insane. Please make me understand it. How? I want to understand why and how.
enjoy huge platform.
How? How are evil people
Where's
so popular?
missing a category?
I want to learn. Teach me.
has a huge moderation problem. The worst part about it is that it's the third time this has happened. It happened with that guy Sean the Black, and it happened also with Denims before that. I think this crosses such a dangerous threshold. Actually, I'll say this. If Twitch doesn't ban this for this happening, I will make sure that everybody hears about it, especially their advertisers. I broke the rules, I paid the price. Absolutely. Other people should do the same thing.
Happy birthday to you.
What the fuck?
Because Asmongold, if it's not obvious yet, Twitch hates you. Too bad. Nah, I'm not going to start threatening people just to become popular or get more viewers. That is so insane. I don't understand why. Maybe maybe, and besides, if the viewers, if I do that, and obviously the viewers that I'm going to get are viewers who wants to, do the same thing. I obviously don't want viewers like that, or I don't want to become popular if that is what's gonna take to become popular. I'd rather stay not even small, but minuscule, microscopic, non-existent. Okay, higher or lower? What is this? Her attitude changed when she got 15 years old. Kotaku is imploding. Okay. Another Star Wars trilogy is happening. The Skywalker saga continues. What is this? Is she trying to imitate Magnus? Look at that. Magnus Tyrone. What he does is the way he opens his video is he would walk from off camera and then walk into the scene and then sit down. It's almost like this. Although she's not off camera, she's like at the back of the room and then she walks forward to the computer and then she sits down. Almost the same, but not quite, I guess. Because if in social media, in content creation, you need to do something that is quite different. That will, it's like having your own signature. Something that people will easily connect you to your own content. Okay, I'm going to check out this one. This is like 4 minutes long, super short.
A lot of companies right now are going through layoffs, but within the gaming industry, a lot of journos are losing their minds.
Not journalists. There you go. Media cuts Kotaku to the bone as more writers are laid off. Good. Not journalists, but writers. They're not journalists.
Funny enough, Alyssa Mercante had just announced that she is no longer working at Kotaku, but
she said that she left. She left, which is, I guess,
my role as senior
could be true. But if you're going to think about it, it's easier to believe that she was laid off because everyone else got laid off.
Also by ex-Kotaku employees. I think that they were hoping to rival Kotaku, and that certainly didn't happen. But Geo Media, a network that owns websites but also knows nothing about running websites, has made further cuts as the already beleaguered Kotaku, with a number of writers announcing today that they had been laid off. Willa Rowe and Moses Traveris, two writers who also joined the site earlier this year, were abruptly laid off by management. Also announcing their departure from Kotaku, albeit on their own terms, was Alyssa Mercante. I personally do not believe that she just casually decided to leave. She claims that this was already planned, but she decided to announce it on the same day, which is very bizarre. Like, why would you do that? Are you trying to basically virtue signal? Are you trying to stand?
Well, it's actually very simple. She just doesn't want to be
look like more of a dude.
She doesn't want people to say that she was laid off or she was fired. No, I was not fired.
I can't say I feel particularly.
I left.
Right? Because Kotaku is already a.
I left them.
And no matter how many people you get rid of,
it's my own choice.
All of and you
I did not get fired.
Kotaku is not
You want to avoid
that is respected.
things like that.
You still have people there who want to push their politics into video games. You still have people there that do not care about the industry in totality. So getting rid of a handful of people is not going to drastically change it. You might as well keep these people all in one spot so they cannot go and infect other companies within the industry. Like, that's at least my opinion. And Alyssa claims that, you know, she decided to leave on her own terms, but she's also right now visiting Montreal, which is where Sweet Baby Inc. is, and she is at an Xbox Studios studio, Compulsion Games, which, yes, is partnered with SBI for their upcoming South of Midnight title. So I know there's a lot of speculation on maybe she'll become a narrative consultant. If that happened, that would be even worse than her writing at Kotaku, because that means she's directly affecting video games and their outcomes. But again, I can't feel particularly bad that the people at Kotaku are getting laid off, because they do not care about content creators. They do not care.
That is just the nature of having a job.
For simply criticizing decisions that are made within the industry, like with Dragon Age of Veilguard, for example.
You'll never know when the company will let you go.
Day terminology like transgender.
Unless, of course, you are super necessary to the operation of the business.
People do. So,
but if you're just another cog in the wheel,
but I'm also
it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of when.
Oh my God, I feel so bad that they were laid off. Like, boo-hoo, cry me a river and float upstream. So right now, Kotaku's imploding. Geo Media is clearly sick and tired of the way that they are being ran, because if they thought everything was going smoothly, and if Kotaku really was making them money, they would keep all of these people because they were proven to be a cohesive.
They are obviously not making money. Again, if they were making money,
see if anyone else gets laid.
It's a business. If it's making money with this group of people, obviously they will try and keep the same group of people because they're making money.
Very, very poorly formed.
Obviously, they're not making money. That's why they need to
let everyone know your thoughts in the comments.
Remove the, remove the costs maybe, and maybe replace them with new ones.
Either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
Why the galaxy goes on high alert when humans say, "Hold my beer"? Okay, I don't know what that is. Who decides misinformation? Yeah, good question. The government decides. Maxine Waters blames white people for Harris' loss to Trump. All men need to see this. Woke Cafe charges 18% man tax and instantly regrets it. Men must pay. I lost everything. It doesn't make sense. It's actually discrimination. The wokes are trying to fight discrimination, yet they are the ones doing the discrimination. They don't understand. It's so weird. Toxic male sell well. Hail to the king, baby. Okay, let's see this from Dr. Disaster. Dr. Disaster, the pirate that pays taxes.
What's up, Space?
What's up, Dr. Disaster?
The ever-charming Dr. Disaster. And I get a lot...
I wouldn't refer to you as charming. Kind of scary, by the way. You look scary.
I get a lot of requests to talk about stuff like that, which is why, whenever I have the chance to break up the monotony and shout...
So it says here, Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2 rejects the modern audience and the nouveau. And hell yeah!
In this video here, I've got to point out a game that we can actually look forward to in February when it comes out.
Okay, I hope this game is telling the truth in their claims.
In other words, it didn't try to shove...
Because if not, then there'll be hell to pay.
To make the Europeans look like non-Europeans in order to score brownie points with the game journalism class. It just kicked ass. And
we will see. Not sure if this game has any trailers.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
And now we are hearing even more reason to look forward to this game. Warhorse Studios, the studio that made Kingdom Come, has announced that there won't be any de novo or any DRM at all in the game. What this tells us is that this is a studio that listens to the gaming community. They listen to the vast majority of us who want to be able to mod the games with impunity, in the same way that they have not appeared to cave in and add all the modern values to this game like diversity.
What in the hell's diversity?
Basically, they made a game that is unapologetically historical, never saying sorry for the character's skin color or masculinity. Whiners will cry and claim that this is toxic because it isn't living up to the standards of the modern audience. But for everyone else, we have just one word to describe it.
Groovy.
That's it. That's the video.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on Twitter or X, or whatever you want to refer to it as these days. I keep a list on there of games lousy with wokeness pinned to the account at all times for your reference. My handle over there is Dr. Disaster 1. But alright, let's take a look at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and see what all the fuss is about. The thing is, the game isn't due to come out for about 3 months or so. It's already the number 19 most wishlisted game on Steam right now. Granted, it won't be the biggest release in February when it does come out. Monster Hunter Wilds, which I covered last week, will absolutely claim that title. That game is currently sitting at number 1 on the wish list for Steam, and it's already the number 30 top seller on the platform. In fact, last week it spiked up to as high as number 4 during the open beta session when that came out last weekend. But still, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to kick ass, and
Whoa, it's first person?
Shit out of Assassin's Creed Shadows when they release it.
I like third-person games. I like seeing my character.
Again, because Ubisoft is such a damn mess right now. But
first-person games makes me
not a damn mess, despite not having the
nauseated.
Of the likes of Ubisoft. They are the opposite.
What is this, Black Desert? Are they using assets from Black Desert?
Gets a ton of views and a ton of likes and super positive comments.
Could be.
This gameplay showcase video here, which I've had playing in the background, this video released a couple months ago. And keep in mind that the Warhorse YouTube channel has only about 200,000 subscribers, but this video has 2 million views and a ratio of 82,000 likes to virtually 0 dislikes. The game has a ton of people completely hyped for it. The only storm cloud hovering...
Whoa, look at that. It is so racist. All white men. All white people.
Software, which PC gamers despise.
Oh my goodness, the gaming websites are going to tear this game apart.
But this article from Game...
Yeah. Not because it's a bad game or anything, it's because it has no diversity. It's not inclusive enough.
Tobias Stoltz-Zwilling, the PR boss at developer Warhorse, confirmed this during a recent Twitch stream. The RPG does not use de novo or any form of DRM, the developer said, as reported by IGN. Stoltz-Zwilling said Warhorse had some discussions about utilizing DRM to protect the game from piracy, but it was ultimately decided that it will not have any...
Here's the thing about pirating games, guys.
said he hopes this brings close.
It's not safe.
Ongoing questions from
Yeah, sure. The source may say that no, it's perfectly safe. You can download the pirated game
because it's not.
and the crack
We never
safely. It's never safe.
A bit of a he said.
The package, it always comes with something extra.
That pretty much
And
thing that I was really worried
you'll find that out maybe a few months later.
from fully endorsing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I know there was a lot of concern.
If you really want a game and you currently don't have money to buy the game, again, you don't have to play games
all that sort of
day one.
imposing
What you can do is you can wait for a sale.
set in a time period from hundreds of years ago where literally
That is how I got GTA 5 in Steam. I waited for a sale.
doing
I can't remember if it was a 90% sale or a 75% sale. But still, it was a big sale.
perpetually offended crybaby.
And the same way I got Red Dead Online.
From the video playing,
Waited for a sale.
the game does not appear to be doing that sort of thing at all. It simply is.
But when it comes to games, I would recommend buying games from GOG, because in GOG you can actually download a backup of the game and then store the game in a separate storage device. In Steam, well, they came out and said that we don't actually own the game, we are only licensing the games. So we don't own any of the games we buy. We pay full price, especially for those who bought the games day one. They paid full price and they don't even own them.
Of this game,
Too bad. So sad.
and we will
Nothing we can do.
Watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is in.
Okay, so there you go, guys. That's it for the hour. Hope you guys enjoyed the hour. And if you did, please consider following my channel in Rumble. Yeah. If you're watching this in YouTube or Twitch or Kick, I would really appreciate it if you can go to Rumble and follow the channel there. Also like it and share it to everyone you know. So guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye for now.